At the Zhuhai Air Show, China unveiled its latest flying car. This is not science fiction, it's reality, with cutting-edge design and smooth aerodynamic lines.
China is changing the future of transportation. After taking the lead in electric car production, China is now paving the way for electric flying vehicles, and it could change how we get around entirely. This car can drive on regular roads and can fly for about 25 minutes, reaching speeds of around 80 miles per hour. How could it reshape our cities, and what obstacles might it face? Join us as we explore how this flying car could revolutionize transportation, disrupt the car industry, and become a part of our everyday lives, just like airplanes. The flying Xpeng X2. Chinese companies are diving into the next big leap in transportation, and one company, AeroHT, which is connected to the well-known electric car maker Xpeng, has made an exciting breakthrough. They recently launched their very own flying car, the X2, at Beijing Daxing International Airport. This maiden flight was part of the China Langfang International Economic and Trade Fair, showing how committed the country is to this new frontier, what's called the low-altitude economy. The Xpeng X2 is straight out of a sci-fi movie, only this one is real and ready for the skies. Created by AeroHT, this flying car represents the 5th generation of its kind and looks as futuristic as it sounds. With its sleek, teardrop-shaped design and a fully enclosed cockpit, the X2 is built to perform with precision and style. It's designed with top-tier aerodynamics for smooth flight and efficiency. The X2's body is crafted from lightweight carbon fiber, allowing it to glide effortlessly through the air. It's also eco-friendly, producing 0 emissions, so you can soar above the city without leaving a carbon footprint. Imagine being able to take a quick flight across town for an emergency, or even just to enjoy a beautiful scenic ride, all without adding to air pollution. It offers 2 driving options, a manual mode for those who love being in control and an autonomous mode for a hands-free, effortless flight. With just one button, you can sit back and enjoy a smooth, pilot-free experience. When the X2 made its first public flight in Dubai, it amazed officials and attendees alike by passing strict safety and risk tests. This achievement isn't just a win for Xpeng, it marks a new milestone for China in the global race to create autonomous, eco-friendly air travel. The X2 promises more than just a high-tech thrill. It's a taste of the future. Imagine soaring over gridlocked streets, leaving traffic behind. For technology enthusiasts and anyone fed up with long commutes, the X2 offers a fresh and exciting way to get around, and the excitement doesn't stop there. Xpeng plans to begin taking orders by the end of the year. While the price hasn't been announced, there's a lot of anticipation, as Xpeng has been working on flying car innovations since 2013, establishing research centers across China. The X2's debut in Dubai wasn't just a flight, it was a historic event. After securing a special permit from the Dubai Civil Aviation Authority and passing a thorough risk assessment, the X2 lifted off for the first time in front of an audience of more than 150 important figures. These included representatives from the Chinese consulate, Dubai's International Chamber of Commerce, and leaders in Dubai's economy and tourism sectors. This groundbreaking flight sets the stage for Xpeng's step-by-step plan to introduce the X2 to international markets, opening the door to a new era of transport. The event at Skydive Dubai, with the breathtaking backdrop of the Palm, was the perfect setting to showcase this revolutionary new vehicle. Brian Gu, Vice Chairman and President of Xpeng, highlighted the importance of this moment. He pointed out that Dubai, known worldwide for its focus on cutting-edge technology and bold ideas, was the ideal place to reveal this breakthrough. The Dubai International Chamber of Commerce played a big part in supporting the project from its early stages. Acting President Hassan Al-Hashemi expressed that the Xpeng X2 reflects a daring vision for the future of mobility, full of ambition and innovation. This flight isn't just a technical accomplishment, it's a powerful step toward reshaping transportation as we know it. As flying cars like the Xpeng X2 start taking off, they're set to become a major part of the rapidly growing low-altitude economy. However, this new technology raises an exciting question. How practical will these vehicles be in everyday life? Let's find out. The low-altitude economy. China's low-altitude economy is all about new businesses and activities centered around vehicles and drones flying below 3,000 meters, about 9,800 feet. Imagine flying cars whisking people through the air for quick commutes, or drones zooming around to deliver everything from medical supplies to fresh food. This field is developing at an impressive pace, largely because the government is backing it with big plans and investments. By 2026, experts think this market could be worth over 1 trillion yuan, about $138 billion USD. Already, more than 26 provinces in China are exploring how to bring these futuristic technologies into daily life. However, there are some big challenges. Infrastructure isn't fully ready, and there aren't consistent standards to guide the use of these airborne vehicles just yet. But companies like Ehang, Kang Giles Aero, and Aerofugia are hard at work tackling these issues. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in transportation, aiming to make China a global leader in a true transportation revolution. If they succeed, we could soon live in a world where flying cars and drones are just part of daily life, seamlessly integrated into how we get around. This future doesn't seem so far off, especially when you look at real examples of these technologies in action. Recently, a drone flew from a platform off the coast of Shanghai and returned with a load of fresh seafood. What once required an overnight ferry trip now takes only 3 hours, allowing seafood to arrive fresher than ever, with all the quality and flavor intact. The low-altitude economy isn't just a tech dream, it's quickly becoming a reality. With drones now able to carry both cargo and passengers, this sector is transforming everything from delivery services to tourism. For businesses that rely on high-quality food like top-tier restaurants, this is a complete game changer, opening up possibilities to receive fresh ingredients at lightning speed. China's sky-high ambitions are setting the stage for a whole new way of thinking about transportation and daily life. The drone delivery service in China is just a small part of a fast-growing industry worth nearly $100 billion. China's government is backing this expansion in what's known as the low-altitude economy, aiming to make major advancements in aviation technology. This area focuses on flights below 1,000 meters, where drones and small aircraft can operate. With traditional industries like real estate struggling, China is betting big on low-altitude aviation to boost consumer spending and bring new opportunities. The idea of flying cars has been debated for years, with people questioning if they're really practical. But low-altitude drones and small aircraft are proving their worth by solving real-world problems. These vehicles are already excelling in ways that make a difference, reducing the time it takes to get fresh seafood to markets, delivering crucial supplies to remote locations, and even rushing emergency medical items to those in need. Recently, China's aviation authorities made it easier for smaller drones to operate below 300 meters, leading to a surge in drone usage for a wide range of tasks, from crop spraying in agriculture to capturing beautiful shots for wedding photography. This increased flexibility shows that drones are not only useful, but also highly practical, hinting that flying cars may someday be just as effective for personal travel. If drones and small aircraft can take on these jobs, flying cars might eventually transform the way we get around. China's commitment to growing this industry is clear. The low-altitude economy sector saw over 30% growth in 2021, reaching a market size of 506 billion yuan. The government has made it a top priority, and the results are already visible. In the past 5 years, the number of companies in this sector has risen by 1/3, with total revenue reaching 500 billion yuan, about $7.8 billion, in 2023. By 2030, this sector is expected to skyrocket to an impressive 2 trillion yuan, marking a truly transformative shift for China's economy and the future of aviation. Here's what the government did to spark a massive shift. By relaxing strict airspace regulations, it opened up a world of new possibilities. With fewer restrictions in place, businesses are diving into exciting ventures, offering everything from drone sightseeing tours to helicopter shuttle services, and even leisure flights for young people wanting an escape from the daily grind of city life. Take, for example, a young student named Kwang. Recently, she hopped aboard a flight in the same type of plane seen in a popular Chinese drama. For her, it was more than just a trip. It was a way of reclaiming her life after a tough breakup, symbolizing a fresh start. Stories like Kwang's highlight how this low-altitude economy is not only providing convenience, but is becoming a meaningful part of people's lives, giving them unique cultural and personal experiences. The adoption of drones and small aircraft is about more than just quick and easy travel. It's also a push towards sustainability. For instance, locally made drones are increasingly used on farms to spray crops with pesticides, an essential job in areas where workers are scarce. The demand for drone operators has even created lucrative job opportunities. Some skilled pilots can make over 300,000 yuan annually. This technology is boosting productivity and opening up new careers. China is also making big strides toward electric aviation. By focusing on cleaner electric-powered aircraft, the country has the chance to take the lead globally, similar to what it achieved with electric cars. To prepare, the government is setting up a homegrown supply chain for high-tech aviation, covering everything from materials to advanced flight software. With these relaxed regulations, more investment and a growing interest from the public, China's low-altitude aviation sector is primed for explosive growth. Whether it's delivering fresh seafood to restaurants, rushing medical supplies to hospitals, or offering stunning sightseeing tours, drones and small aircraft are quickly proving their value every single day. Flying cars have long been the stuff of dreams, but the key to making them a reality might be in flying them at lower altitudes. This approach could very well be the solution to the long-standing debate around flying cars. If current trends continue, these cutting-edge vehicles might soon be part of our everyday commute. China is leading the way in the race to make electric flying vehicles a common sight. By improving how it builds and distributes these vehicles, the country is setting the stage for what's being called a low-altitude economy, a new area of business that has the potential to reshape industries and fuel massive growth. In fact, by 2030, experts predict that this sector could reach an astonishing revenue of 2 trillion yuan. As this industry starts to grow, what effect will it have on the future of transportation? Let's take a closer look. The future of flying cars. Chinese companies are making big strides in developing electric vertical takeoff and landing, eVTOL aircraft, often called flying cars. These futuristic vehicles could completely change how we move people and goods, offering a greener, quieter, and more affordable way to get around than traditional helicopters. The market for eVTOL aircraft in China is booming as the country pushes to grow its low-altitude economy, which means using the lower parts of the sky for transportation. Because eVTOLs are less harmful to the environment and cheaper to operate, they may soon become as common as cars in everyday travel. Taking advantage of China's leadership in battery and drone technology, eVTOLs look like big drones with cockpits, making them perfect for short trips. Unlike helicopters, which rely on fuel-powered engines, eVTOLs run on electric power, similar to the difference between gasoline cars and electric vehicles. Yue Tingting, vice president of the leading Chinese eVTOL startup Very, says this new technology opens up many new possibilities that go beyond what helicopters can do. It hints at a whole new way to travel, potentially changing the way people and goods are transported shortly. According to China Post Securities, eVTOLs can deliver up to 60% energy savings, cut emissions by 90%, and are 65% quieter than fuel-powered helicopters. This makes them not only environmentally friendly, but also a better fit for crowded cities where noise and air pollution are major concerns. The arrival of eVTOLs could reshape urban transport, helping cities meet sustainability goals while giving passengers and cargo a faster, cleaner way to travel. The tech-rich province of Guangdong, especially Shenzhen, which is home to the drone giant DJI, is leading the way in the electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) revolution. Local governments are actively supporting the growth of this technology through various initiatives and test flights, ensuring that the necessary infrastructure is being developed for its widespread use. This focus on reducing environmental impact while encouraging innovation highlights how eVTOLs could reshape cities, turning them into cleaner and quieter spaces. One of the most exciting advancements in the eVTOL sector is the success of auto flights. Recently, a company completed a remarkable flight across the sea between Shenzhen and Zhuhai in just 20 minutes, a journey that would normally take 2 hours by car. What's even more impressive is that the ticket prices for this flight are around 300 yuan, which is much more affordable compared to traditional urban helicopter rides. This achievement shows how eVTOLs could become a practical and budget-friendly option for short-distance travel. The operating costs for eVTOLs are only 15% of what it costs to run helicopters, meaning they could eventually offer air travel at prices similar to today's ride-hailing services. Imagine a future where air taxis are as common as ordering an Uber, making quick commutes faster and more convenient while reducing reliance on traffic-heavy roads. Ehang, a key player in the eVTOL market, recently made a groundbreaking achievement by becoming the first company to receive an airworthiness certificate from China's aviation regulator for its 2-passenger eVTOL aircraft. This certification is a huge step forward, proving that Ehang's aircraft are both safe and technically sound. With over 1,200 pre-orders from international markets, Ehang predicts that on-demand air taxis could be a regular form of transport within the next 5 years. The growing demand for these services shows the potential for eVTOLs to transform urban transportation, offering a faster, quieter, and more eco-friendly alternative to traditional vehicles. However, despite these exciting developments, challenges remain, particularly in the areas of battery technology and safety. Current eVTOL batteries need to become more powerful to support longer, more complex flights. This is a limitation that affects the aircraft's range and overall performance, making it one of the key hurdles in the journey to fully realize the potential of eVTOLs. Safety concerns require a lot of testing and development before EV aircraft can be widely used. Regulatory authorities are being very careful, with official guidelines suggesting that the commercial use of these electric flying vehicles might not happen until 2035. This extended timeline allows room for technology to improve and for safety measures to be fully put in place, ensuring the transition to autonomous flying cars is both safe and sustainable. Investors are very confident in the EV aircraft market. More than 85% of China's low-altitude aviation investments are going into these flying machines. Venture capital funding is pouring in, with companies like Aerofugia and Volant Aerotech attracting major investments. Even leading electric vehicle companies in China are jumping into the race. For instance, Zhang Aot, a branch of Zhang Motors, plans to begin mass-producing electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft by 2026. They aim to sell them for about 2 million yuan. To address safety concerns, China's aviation authorities have introduced a careful, step-by-step development plan. This plan starts with cargo flights in less crowded areas to allow companies to gather safe flying data before moving to passenger flights. By beginning with low-risk operations, these companies can build trust and prove their reliability before expanding into more complicated urban environments. A notable achievement was the Prosperity Eval by Autoflight, which completed a 70-kilometer flight over the sea between Shenzhen and Zhuhai, proving that cargo transport can work over long distances. This was a significant milestone for the aviation industry. In southern China's Guangdong province, the Chinese company Autoflight completed an unmanned flight across 2 cities and over water, further showcasing the potential of EV aircraft. This cautious, phased approach is crucial to making sure that EV aircraft are seen as safe and trustworthy before they're used in crowded cities for passenger flights. In addition to the development strategy, consumer acceptance is another major challenge for EV aircraft companies. While venture capital is pouring into the sector, consumer interest and trust need to grow for EV aircraft to become widely used. Content creators like Zalay play a key role in helping the public understand and get excited about the technology. By sharing his personal experiences with EV aircraft on social media, Zalaya helps bridge the knowledge gap and makes the idea of personal flying machines more relatable. His efforts, along with those of other EV aircraft advocates, are essential in turning the idea of flying vehicles from a futuristic dream into a realistic option for everyday commuters. As technology advances and safety records improve, consumer excitement will be crucial for the long-term success of the market. However, there are questions about whether China is truly innovative or just copying others. The answers to these questions may surprise you. So let's explore. Truly innovative or borrowed innovation? When the groundbreaking technology for a convertible flying car, originally developed and successfully tested in Europe, was sold to a Chinese company, it highlighted an important reality. China is not just trying to catch up in the race for flying cars, but is actively shaping the future of personal air travel. Recently, a Chinese company called Jinshin, based in Kangju, acquired the exclusive rights to manufacture and use the air car, an advanced vehicle that can transform from a car to an aircraft in just over 2 minutes. The air car, which was originally powered by a BMW engine and designed to run on regular fuel, made a significant achievement in 2021 when it completed a 35-minute flight between 2 Slovakian airports. This flight was a major milestone in the development of flying vehicles. This acquisition is just one of many signs that China is quickly rising as a leader in the flying car industry. Other Chinese companies like Autoflight and Ehang are also making waves. Autoflight recently tested a drone capable of carrying passengers, successfully flying it between 2 cities in China, Shenzhen and Zhuhai, which are typically 3 hours apart by car. The drone made the journey in just 20 minutes, although it didn't carry passengers yet. Meanwhile, Ehang, a pioneer in electric vertical takeoff and landing technology, received official safety certification from Chinese authorities for its flying taxis. These taxis are expected to become a regular part of urban transportation in the next decade. These successes show just how far China's ambitions stretch in the field of flying cars and how many different strategies the country is using to bring about a new era of aviation. What stands out about China's approach to flying cars is how thorough and well-coordinated it is. The government's aviation authorities have adopted a step-by-step safety plan that focuses first on cargo flights in less crowded areas. Only after establishing a strong safety record with these flights will passenger flights be introduced in urban centers. This careful approach helps build trust with consumers by ensuring that the flying vehicles are safe to operate. In addition to these national efforts, local governments are providing strong support for the testing and development of flying vehicles, particularly in tech hubs like Guangdong, which is home to the famous drone company DJI. Shenzhen, often called the drone capital of the world, is at the heart of many of these advancements and is driving much of China's progress in the flying car industry. This thoughtful and well-organized approach is combined with a focus on making air travel more affordable. For example, Autoflight services, such as those offered by Eval, provide short-distance flights at ticket prices similar to what you'd pay for a ride-sharing service. This makes flying more accessible to everyday people. What's even more impressive is that Eval's operating costs are only 15% of what it costs to run a helicopter, which means flying cars could soon become a popular and affordable way to travel. They would help people avoid the traffic and congestion of traditional roads. This emphasis on low costs and broad accessibility could be what ultimately makes flying cars a common part of our daily lives, much like electric vehicles became in the past decade. While China's advances in flying car technology are certainly impressive, it's worth noting that some of this innovation, like the air car, was created in Europe. For instance, China's purchase of the air car's manufacturing rights means it will now be produced and flown in specific regions of the country. Even though the air car, developed in Slovakia, requires a runway to take off and land, unlike vertical takeoff aircraft like the TS model, it gives us a glimpse into China's bigger plan of integrating a variety of flying technologies into its transportation system. One notable company, Ehang, a rising manufacturer of electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, has signed an agreement with Shishan Tourism to help develop a low-altitude flying network in China. According to aviation consultant Steve Wright, China's rapid adoption of the air car could allow the country to overcome some of the regulatory and infrastructure issues that have slowed down flying car development in Western countries. Wright explains that in the West, long-standing aviation regulations can make it difficult to fit new technologies into old frameworks, which can slow down progress. China, on the other hand, has fewer of these historical constraints and can adapt its rules more quickly, possibly giving it a competitive advantage. While acquiring foreign technology like the air car is a significant move, it doesn't take away from the fact that China is creating an environment that encourages innovation in the flying car sector. China's strong leadership in drone and battery technology sets a solid base for the development of electric-powered flying vehicles. Their careful, safety-first approach could position China as a global leader in the flying car market, just as it did with electric vehicles. Whether the technology is developed in China or purchased from elsewhere, the country's ability to quickly adapt and scale up flying car solutions could dramatically reshape urban mobility in ways that most other nations aren't ready for. As flying cars evolve, it's clear that China is not just participating in this revolution, but actively shaping the future of personal air travel. Whether through homegrown innovations or acquisitions like the air car, China is working swiftly to turn the once fantastical idea of flying cars into a reality that people can use every day. However, obstacles such as infrastructure, regulation, and public acceptance remain. Still, as China has shown with electric vehicles, once it sets its sights on dominating a market, it tends to succeed. But China's flying car innovation won't stay within its borders. Just like Chinese advancements in electric vehicles and 5G technology, this progress is expected to spread around the world. Partnerships between Chinese companies and businesses worldwide will help make flying cars a part of global transport systems. As Chinese companies produce more affordable and efficient flying vehicles, other countries may start to integrate these innovations into their cities, changing the way people and goods move across the planet. Ehang 216S. A Chinese company named Ehang has developed an incredible new flying vehicle called the Ehang 216S, a revolutionary aerial taxi. This aircraft is designed to carry 2 people and can travel short to medium distances, making it ideal for quick trips around cities. In October 2023, the Civil Aviation Administration of China, GAC, approved commercial flights for this cutting-edge vehicle, marking a significant step in urban air travel. The Ehang 216S is an impressive machine featuring 16 propellers arranged in a unique double-layered coaxial design. By July 2018, the aircraft had already completed over 1,000 test flights, including its longest flight of 8.8 kilometers. It can stay in the air for about 25 minutes, covering a distance of 30 to 40 kilometers. What sets the Ehang 216S apart is that it is fully autonomous, meaning it can fly on its while being monitored from a command center, either by Ehang or the aircraft's customers. To bring this revolutionary technology to life, Ehang worked with FACC AG, an Austrian company, to have the aircraft certified and manufactured in Europe, where the regulations for aircraft weighing less than 600 kilograms are more straightforward. Back in October 2018, the GAC approved initial passenger operations in specific regions as part of a plan to develop rules for urban air taxis. Ehang wasted no time in starting to take pre-orders for a variety of uses. For example, they plan to offer island-hopping services and scenic flights over a coastal resort in China. In Guangzhou, Ehang is working on a shuttle service across a river that will drastically reduce a 30-minute car ride, which often delayed by traffic, down to just a 1-kilometer flight. The technology even caught the attention of the US biotech company United Therapeutics, which aims to use these flying vehicles for quick, automated deliveries of organs between labs and hospitals. The aircraft also made headlines internationally. In March 2020, Norway's Civil Aviation Authority granted a permit for manned test and certification flights, making it the first European approval for such a vehicle. Then on May 27, 2020, Ehang achieved a remarkable milestone by receiving the world's first commercial pilot operation approval from the GAC, allowing the Ehang 216S to be used for air logistics. Around the same time, it also received a special flight operation certificate from Transport Canada Civil Aviation, TCCA, for test flights in Quebec, Canada. GAC Flying Cars. At the 2023 GAC Science and Technology Day press conference in Guangzhou, a bustling city in southern China, the GAC Flying Car from GAC Group made its highly anticipated debut. This innovative flying car is the first of its kind that can seamlessly switch between flying through the air and driving on the ground, marking a significant leap forward for flying cars in China. The GAC Group has exciting plans for the future, aiming to develop a variety of transportation options, including electric air taxis and ride-hailing services, as shared by Wu Jian, the president of GAC Research Institute, during the company's annual technology event in Guangzhou. The GAC Flying Car boasts a unique design, where its flight cabin and chassis can be easily detached and reconnected. This flexibility enables the vehicle to work efficiently in both flying and driving modes, switching effortlessly between the roles of an airplane and a car. Designed to carry 2 passengers, the GAC is capable of taking off and landing vertically, powered entirely by electricity. The car's ingenious design includes a dual backup rotor system and a detachable body setup, allowing for smooth transitions from flying to driving mode. With this quick shift capability, the GAC can go from soaring in the sky to cruising on the ground in no time. It has a maximum weight capacity of 500 kilograms and can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, covering a distance of up to 200 kilometers and soaring to altitudes of up to 3,000 meters. GAC isn't just about impressive specs. It also incorporates advanced technology to make traveling safer and easier. It comes equipped with an advanced driving assistance system that takes care of automatic takeoffs and landings, helps avoid obstacles, and allows the car to navigate on its own. This makes traveling in the GAC both safe and enjoyable, whether you're flying through the air or driving on the ground. A crucial part of the GAC's design is its flight cabin, which serves as the main space for passengers and holds essential equipment. This cabin must withstand the forces and temperature changes that occur during flight, so choosing the right materials and manufacturing methods is key to ensuring the aircraft's performance and safety. One standout material used in the flight cabin is carbon fiber composite. Made from carbon fibers combined with resin, this material is known for being incredibly strong yet lightweight, resistant to rust, and able to endure high temperatures. These properties make it ideal for aerospace use. For example, the flight cabin of the GAC is made up of 90% carbon fiber composite, making it about a quarter of the weight of traditional metal cabins. In addition, GAC has integrated advanced technology to make the flying car greener and more efficient. The company's innovative energy system, known as the 3-electric system, boosts both the environmental friendliness and power of the aircraft. To ensure smooth and precise landings, the GAC utilizes cutting-edge aerospace technology that allows the flight capsule to dock perfectly with the chassis when it lands. What are your thoughts on the fascinating flying car released by China? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe.